if I can do this both. Live on both. Okay. I feel like I'm too close. Let me move this back. Just going to wait a few minutes, but let's just jump in because I've had a reflecting day. My question to you is, have you ever just felt like everybody's going right and you're going left? Or you just don't feel like going right is the thing for you? JD, hello, welcome. We're live on YouTube and TikTok, so we'll see how this goes. And I forgot my charger. Anyway, when you feel like you're not following the path that people follow, that's where I've been my whole life. Everybody is going to college, getting degrees, they're figuring out what they want to do. And here's me just going, yeah, nothing's working out. When I got married and had kids, I knew that I wanted to be home. I wanted to be with them. I did not want to have to work outside the house. Like, I already knew that. And so trying to figure out how to earn money online from home has been the forever and a day struggle until this past January. But we'll get into that in a minute. So I'm the type of person that feels like I want whatever I'm doing, I want it to have meaning. I want it to be something that I can feel proud of. I want it to be something that I can help others too. And that was always a big thing for me too, is like, I don't want to just do something just to do something. And I know that that can sometimes rub people the wrong way, because when I say that, it sounds like, oh, must be nice that you can just pick and choose. I have to work because I have to support my family. So, yay, in a perfect world, I would do something I love and make money at the same time. It must be nice. And in my head, I'm thinking, should I feel guilty about that? Or should I just be like, yeah, it is nice? I don't know which way to go. Either way left me a little bit lost. So I found myself working typing jobs as a transcriptionist, typing my fingers off to make beans. Literally. I worked full time typing medical reports, typing interviews, trying to figure out how I could stay home. And here's me with a makeshift sling with my baby when he was newborn, trying to hold his bottle so I can keep typing to try to make money. Because the place I was working for at the time, it's like, if your fingers aren't on the keyboard, you're not making money. If you're not physically doing the job, you don't get a paycheck. That's how most job, right? That's how most of them are. But this past January, I found something that not only allowed me to stay home with my kids, where I've always wanted to be, but it gave me that opportunity to join. I want to say it's like a movement or a mission. That's what it feels like to me. It feels so much bigger than just digital marketing, because we've all seen a bazillion videos and people talking about this, and people saying, oh, whatever, you're selling a course and you're doing this and it's not legit, and it's all these things. And I will admit that I was skeptical. We're all skeptical of things that sound too good to be true. They sound like, wait, this is the exact thing I've been looking for, so it must not be legit. There must be something, there must be a catch, because I can't possibly be able to find exactly what I'm looking for and be happy. When you say that out loud, what does that sound like? It sounds like we think that we have to struggle in order to make a living. We think that that's part of it is you go out and you work hard and you bust your butt and you bring home money. And this is not by any means talking down to people that have jobs they go to and they work really hard and they're amazing at what they do. I don't want to take anything away from those people because there's a lot of amazing ones out there. I do not want to take anything away from those people. But for me, being a stay at home mom, that's where I struggled because I didn't want to leave the house. But I also knew physically, mentally, my kids do online school. I need to be there to support them with that. I knew that I needed something I could devote a small portion of my day to that would bring in a meaningful income that I felt I could contribute back to the household. I will also say, is it I have to do this or we live on the streets? No. But for me, it's always been that I want to contribute. Like I want to do this. I want to. And not only do I get to bring in the meaningful income, I can then turn around and share it and bless others with the opportunity so that they can turn around and do the same thing. And so I go back to the people that say, well, you're just trying to, you know, pull a fast one on somebody. This isn't for real. Why can't it be for real? Because it's really hard for our brains to grab onto the idea that we could actually do something we love, something that can help and bless others, and bring in the meaningful income and actually be happy. Isn't that kind of sad? Kind of makes me feel sad when I say it because we've all been there. We've all had that mindset of if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Well, back in January, one of my typical days after typing till I couldn't type anymore, like, oh, I gotta figure this out. So I'm scrolling, I'm fumbling through things on the internet, I'm clicking on things that are whatever, I'm looking. Like there's gotta be something else. What am I missing? And I ran across this opportunity. So I clicked on it. I went to one of the webinars, the free webinar. The free webinars, there's so much goodness packed into them, and they max out for a reason. They're so full of goodness. I went to a webinar and I found myself after just going, why wouldn't I do this? Not only is it giving me the education because here's the real realness of it. I've been in the online space for 10 years plus, trying to figure out how to make money in the online space. And so I felt like I need some education on how this really works. How do people either have a product or a course or a ebook or a something that they can market online and turn around and make an income from? I said, people are doing this. So why I can't figure it out. Why wouldn't I take an opportunity to be educated on how it all works? Like the capture page and what happens when you do that. We've all put in our email for something. We've all clicked on something like, oh my gosh, I need that free recipe on how to make something in the crock pot. I don't know. Or like, oh, I'll put in my email because I want the recipe. We've all done it. But what happens when you do that? That's what I wanted to know. I'm like, yeah, I know they get my email. But beyond that, like, I want to know more because these people are making a living doing this and I want to know how. And so when I ran across this opportunity, I thought, well, wait, it's giving me the education on how digital marketing works, which is what I'm looking for on the front end. Like, that's what I'm looking for. We all know if you want to learn a skill, you go to college or you go to a trade school or you take something, a class to learn something, and you pay money for somebody to give you education. That's what I was looking for. When I discovered that I got the resale rights, the master resale rights to make 100% profit by sharing it with others who also want to learn about digital marketing, I was like, wait, what? How does that work? I mean, I was very skeptical because I'm like, wait, well, how would I make 100%? Then how do they make money? Because immediately my brain goes to, well, they're putting in time and effort to do this. So how do they benefit? So I really just got my nose in there. I dug in. I was like, well, I want to know more because if this is true, if I get to learn how this digital marketing space works, not only that, I get to learn how to create my own digital product to be able to market that. If I get to learn that, I get to be in a community of, we're probably around 16,000. I don't even know. I didn't check the number today. It's crazy. But if I can be in a community with tons of support, people that know what they're talking about, they're in the space, I get that for free. Look, I am a certified life coach. I know what it costs to have coaching. I know what it costs to have a mentor, basically like on call, or people that can 24/7 can provide support. I know what it costs. So when I was presented with, here's how much it costs to start your own online business, learning how the whole digital space works and how it all fits together, why would I not do this? For me, I was at the point where I was just like, I'm in. At the very least, and here was where my brain was, at the very least, I know I am getting the education on how this works because I was fumbling and stumbling on the internet for years, 10 years, trying to figure out everything for free, not knowing that that's the exact reason why I was never going to find it and I was never going to be able to make it work. Because what business at all, whether it's brick and mortar online, that you have to have zero investment to get it going? None. Every single business, whether it's online, whether it's brick and mortar, you have startup costs. You just do. But here's the thing, when you can start looking at the money going out as not only an investment in a program, but also an investment in you, because let's just break this down. When you're investing in something, you're saying yes to you. You're betting on you. If it's everything, if it checks all the boxes, it's everything you've ever wanted to do, it's everything you've wanted to learn, it's the direction, because I mean, it's not for everybody, but let's say it is. It's like, yes, I want to be in the online space. I want to figure out how to be able to connect to people anywhere, all over the world. There's billions of people on the internet. I want to have that reach. If that's what you want to do, then you figure out, how do I make that happen? You're not going to make it happen by trying to find stuff for free to piece it together. Okay, and let's entertain the idea that you find out how the funnel system, how the emails, how everything works. Let's just say you do find out how that all works, okay, for free, by going on multiple YouTube channels and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Let's say you do figure that out and you get that education and you decide, yep, this is what I want to do. And you need a website, you need a landing page, you need a website, you need the emails. So you're going to pay somebody for a website. Hello, welcome in. I'm doing well. How are you? You're going to pay somebody for a website. Whether it's hosting your website or whether you're paying somebody to build it for you, you're going to pay for that. I'm glad. I'm so glad you could join. You're going to pay somebody to build your website or you're going to pay somebody to host it. Then you're going to pay for some sort of funnel system. Or you're going to pay, or then you got to sit down, you got to write all your own emails, you got to figure out how it gets from A to B, then you're going to go to you're going to have to figure out how to set up all of that stuff on your own. It's going to cost you money either way. Let's just say you're like, "Oh, I'm not spending $900 for an all-inclusive website, coaching, community, training weekly, live calls. I'm not spending that." You're going to spend you're going to spend more than that. I'm sorry. Let's just if you piece all that together separately, you're going to spend more than $900. So when you spend the 900, again, if you do it on your own and you're trying to piece it together and you're learning how it works all on your own, let's say your product is 20 bucks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but why wouldn't you get into a program that you spend 900 and now you can turn around and make 900 by sharing it with someone else? So they can have the education, they can learn how to change their life, and they can turn around and bless someone else. Why wouldn't you want to be like, why wouldn't you want that to be an option for you to explore? So if you get in the 900, you can resell the 900, the 600, the 300, and the 100 because there's 4 products here. If you get in the 600, you get the resale rights to the 600, the 300, and the 100. If you get in at the 300, you get the resale rights to the 300 and the 100. If you get the 100, you get the resale rights to the 100. Why wouldn't you want that as an option for your very first online business? Or maybe it's not your first, but you're like, I want to up my game in this digital space. I want to be riding this wave in the e-learning industry because I got news for you. This is growing leaps and bounds. This digital stuff, it's not going anywhere. It's getting stronger. It's getting more. So when I found this opportunity, I found myself just saying, why wouldn't I do this? It's everything that I want. I had to get out of my own way at a certain point and just say, what is stopping me? Let's entertain the idea of not doing this. What's stopping me? Self-doubt. Do I think I'm worth success? I mean, I'm just going to call it like it is. Some of these things can go deep. And they show up as surface level things. They show up as you thinking it's not legit. They show up as you, oh, I don't have time to spend on that. Oh, I already do something else. I don't have time. This is a 2-hour workday. You can get your income earning activities done in 2 hours. What would 2 hours to build your very own online business? The possibilities are endless. Let's say making 10K a month. If you thought that was a possibility and really the X factor here is if you bet on you and say, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. What would that mean for you and your family? If you're working somewhere that's paying you a wage. You're capped off at that wage, right? You can work extra hours but you have to be away from your family more to make more. But are you ever going to reach that whatever that financial goal is that you have? Let's dream big for a minute. What if you could have any amount per month? What do you want? What is realistic for your brain to grab onto to say, I want to make excuse me. I want to make an extra $1,000 a month. I want to make an extra $10,000 a month. Whatever the number is that your brain can say, you know what? That sounds reasonable to me. I could do that. What would it mean to you to have that? How would your life change if you knew that you had a system that works on automations? We didn't even talk about the automations yet. You have a system that works on automations, which means it's working even when you're not working. When you're working for someone else and you get paid your hourly rate, if you're not working, you're not making any money. You're certainly not making 100% profit of whatever's going on with that company. You're getting a small percentage, and there's somebody at the top somewhere that's getting most of it. And again, I want to say I'm not even knocking that system, okay? What I'm saying is if that isn't enough for you, or you just crave more, or you crave having more control of your life and wanting to live it your own way and on your terms. Because what happens when you go in on a regular Tuesday and they say, you know what? Sorry, we're eliminating your role. So you have 30 minutes to pack your stuff and we're going to walk you out. And you say, I've been here for like 15, 20 years. What do you mean? Like, you can't do that to me. They're like, well, sorry, it's out of our control. It's coming from the top. How many times I've heard it? I just heard it earlier today. They're like, sorry, we don't know what to tell you. And they're going to carry on, and you're going to be left walking to your car with your box in your hand, all your stuff, trying to figure out how you're going to go home and tell your significant other that you just lost your job. And you're going to be you're lost. You don't know what to do now. How would it feel to have more control over that and say, you know what, this is on me, and I want to do something that I have control over, my very own something, to say that I know my work ethic and how I'm going to show up each day is going to determine my success, not somebody else telling me, well, I'm sorry, we're going in a different direction with this company and we've eliminated your department. So how would that feel? Maybe some of you have gone through that. So this opportunity not only gives you control over your own, sounds kind of dramatic, control over your own destiny. That's the first thing that came to my head. But it does. You get to say how you show up each day. You get to say, you know what? I already have a business, but I need to figure out how to market online. It's for you. It's for you if you say, I don't have a business, but I really want to create my own product. I really want to have my own thing that's in the online space, but I don't know how to do that. It's for you. And it's also for you if you say, you know what? I have no interest in creating my own anything because I'm not tech savvy. I don't want to design something. I don't feel super creative. I just want something that's already done for me. Websites built for me, email funnels are done for me. I just want that and be able to bless others with it too. It's for you. You just have to decide. Are you willing to invest in yourself in something that you really want? This isn't about me trying to this was hard for me to put my mind around because in the beginning it feels very much I'm still in the beginning. Did I make money after 9 days of saying yes? Yes. Did I make in 4 days what would have taken me 3 months to make in my typing job? Yes. I'm still learning. I'm always gonna be learning. What I'm learning through this is saying it's not my job to convince you that it's legit because I understand what your brain's doing. I understand that your brain is going, it just doesn't make sense that I could have all those things. They're making it sound like la la la, let's go skip in a daisy field and be happy. Your brain is saying that's not how the real world works because that's what we've been told. That's when I started this live and I said, when everybody's going right, the crowd is going right. They're all going to college. They're all getting degrees. They're all doing corporate things. They're doing whatever they're doing. And here's me going, but that's not it for me. Like that's not it. Like there's something else. I want to go this way. And I don't really know why, but I just want to go this way. And we're actually made to feel bad about that too. Like, why don't you want to just do what everybody else does? Stop trying to be like a, trailblazer in something and just do what works. You go find a job and you work your buns off. That's that's what you do. So when you don't fall in line with that, you're going to get that flack. You're going to get that like, well, who do you think you are that you don't have to do that? Nobody has to do that. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to feel bad and sucky and just like, ugh. It doesn't have to be that way. I don't want to take anything away from people that work really hard at their job and that they enjoy it. I don't want to take away from those people because we need them too. Like that's just this isn't for everybody. But it gives people an opportunity to say, "You know what? I just didn't wanna go to college." Or, "I tried and it just didn't work for me. I couldn't pick anything. Nothing felt like it was it." The kids that struggled in school. I have school-aged kids. I know the system right now, and it very much and I might ruffle some feathers by saying this, but it very much pushes go to college, work, take all the extra classes and the AP courses in high school, like bust your butt so that you're so stressed out you can't even see straight because oh, it's going to pay off. For some, it might. What about the kids that get left behind? What about the ones that say that doesn't work for me? They're made to feel like, well, I guess you have to just go do whatever, and it's made like it's a second option, like it's this, "Oh, well, I guess you're gonna be a failure the rest of your life because you can't do it this way. 95% are fine." Well, oh, I'm sorry, what about the 5% that it's not? I don't even think it's 95. I wanna say it's probably 50-50. There's schools that are making kids choose a path in ninth grade going into high school saying, "Here's where I wanna go. Oh, you wanna be a doctor? You get in the medical path. You wanna be in business? You get the business. You wanna be in" they make them choose a path in ninth. How old are you in ninth grade? I don't even know. 14? Let's just say 14. 14, does that sound right? You kidding me that a 14-year-old is gonna say, "Oh, I know what I wanna do," and go and be happy and the point I'm trying to make is there's kids that are falling by the way, they're falling off the cliff. I don't even wanna say it no, it's dramatic. They're falling off the cliff and saying, "I can't do that. I don't wanna do that. It's not for me." And the response they're getting is just like, "Well, this is how it goes. So I don't know what else you're going to do. You're going to go, there's not, it's like there's no other options. That needs to change. Stuff like this opportunity, whether it's this one or another one, okay? Let's just say this is a movement for me. This is something I am super passionate about because whether it is this or whether it is something else, you don't need a college degree to be successful. I just watched somebody make a video earlier. I've seen multiple actually, but in my brain, I'm thinking this one person said, I'm $130,000 in debt from a college degree that I'm not even using, and I can't even find a job using it. Another one said, I have a college degree in whatever it was, and I can't find a job, and the jobs I'm getting offered are jobs that are entry level positions that you don't even need a college degree. Am I saying that every single scenario is the same? No, because there are definitely things you can do that you need a college degree. The point I'm trying to make is what about all the other people that it's just not for them? What are we saying to them? What are we saying to those kids? Because truthfully, I'm talking to people that maybe have had this situation happen when they were a kid, when they were in high school and trying to graduate and go somewhere and just thought, I don't that was me. 1,000% that was me. So when I couldn't figure it out, I felt like I was failing. I already felt like I was failing life before. I mean, it's just starting at 17 years old, 18 years old. I already felt like I was failing because they weren't giving me other options. They were just saying, well, I don't know what you're going to do then. You can't just go blah, 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 and fill in the blank. It's like, why are you making that a backup option? Why not try to encourage people to find something that works for them with zero judgment attached? Instead of saying success looks like a 4-year college degree, a corporate job, whatever society or whatever the group that's going right, however they paint that picture as the definition of success. How about we change that? I want that changed so bad because it's not for everybody. I have watched this happen in my own life, not only for me, but for other people close to me. Why do I have fireworks in my background right now? You do. I'm sorry. When I did that, that was funny. Okay. Well, I got the fireworks. Okay. I want that to change because I have seen this up close and personal. I have seen it happen. And I think it is so wrong because each and every one of you are unique individuals and are amazing, unique individuals and have talents. You absolutely are you for a reason. Feeling like that's not for you, whatever that is, that's on purpose because there is something else for you when you go left. It's the people that are afraid to go left. They're afraid to take the leap and say, you know what? I'm not okay with following the crowd. That was the hardest thing in the world to do for me as a shy, introverted. I'm the person that goes to a party, okay, and sits somewhere not in the middle of everything because I'm gonna observe. It's a lot, like, it's a lot to take in, so I'm gonna kinda just that's me. I'm a homebody. I love being home. I love being with my family, but I'm the type of person that felt like if I make this statement and I go left when everybody's going right, what is that gonna do? What are people gonna say? Where's the judgment gonna come in, right? All those thoughts of what are people gonna say if I do that? Are they gonna criticize me? Are they gonna tell me that what I'm doing is baloney? Are they going to say, you should just do what everybody else does? Are they gonna say, wow, you're pretty messed up? What are they gonna say? You name it, those thoughts went through my head for years, years upon years. But I did decide one day that I was done living the way that, in my world, the way that the percentages were living. Because I also saw how a lot of them were so miserable. How a lot of them were just like, oh man, this sucks. It's Monday. I gotta go do this, and I have all this, and blah 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 blah. I also saw all that. I'm like, I would always think to my in my head because it's hard. You don't want to criticize people. I mean, we're all doing the best we can do. We are all doing the best we can. Every one of us is not purposely trying to do the wrong thing. We're not trying to not succeed. We don't think on the surface. So I am not, I just want to say everybody is doing amazing. You're doing the best you can do. But I saw beyond that and said, but if you're not happy, there's got to be something else. That's where I was. There's got to be something else than sitting here typing. I would type 8 hours a day nonstop. I mean, if I had to get up and use the restroom, I'm setting a timer so that I'm back typing so they don't yell at me for saying I have too much inactive time. They were yelling at me because I had a newborn baby in a sling I made, somehow holding the bottle with my chin and doing this. And I remember I got a phone call one day and they said, we noticed that your inactive time was a little bit high lately. Can you I mean, what's going on? I'm like, well, I just had a baby a week ago. And they were like, well, and literally, they were like, why aren't you typing more? Like, I don't get why one connects to the other. And here's me going, are you serious? Hello, welcome in. I found myself just like baffled and like, am I actually talking to a person? I'm trying to take care of my newborn baby, doing the best I can to keep typing your medical reports that I'm making beans for 8 hours a day, running myself ragged. And then when I have time off that I'm allowed or that I've accrued and they say, "Well, I'm sorry, we have too much work right now, so you can't take that PTO." Really? Okay. All of these things were like, "No, we're missing the point here. I'm home." When they said, "Well, you wouldn't take your baby to work, would you?" And I'm like, "This is why I wanted to work from home, though." It's totally messed up. I would sit there and just, like, bang my head against the wall, and I mean, not literally, but maybe sometimes literally, just going, "What are we missing here? What am I missing?" I had in my mind, when I decided to have kids, I was like, "I want to be the one that watches them do everything for the first time. I want to be there. I'm the mom. Like if I'm gonna have now this was me. I'm not this is no judgment on anybody, but I just thought in my mind, if I'm gonna have kids, I want to be home with them. And I will figure out how to make money online so I can be home with them. But the only in my mind, well, the only thing I'm good at is typing. And so I typed and typed and typed and typed and typed until one day I said, I am done with this. I am done with this, what I felt like my own rat race. I felt like this just and then that's when I ran across it took me 10 years. It took me 10 years of fumbling and stumbling and being like, "What's this? What's this? Oh, what do I have to do this? What do I oh, maybe I just" 10 years in the online space. Determined because I wanted to be home with my kids that I was gonna figure it out. And I know everything happens for a reason. I know that things show up in your life when they're supposed to. So I can sit here all day long and say, wow, I wish I had this opportunity back when I struggled. But I also know I went through that struggle totally for a reason. I know that now. When you're in the thick of it, you're like, "Oh my god." But there's always a lesson in that. There's always something to take away from those times of struggle and those times of feeling hopeless, feeling like you can't figure it out. There's always something there. There's always little golden nuggets if you want to see them. There's also always opportunities. I guarantee I ran across opportunities at that time and passed them up because I didn't think I was worth the investment. I didn't think that I was worth being successful. Did I figure all of that out? Just that no. It's taking me some deep diving and some digging. That's how I ended up getting my life coach certification. That's what led me there is because I said, "You know what? No. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself, but I'm also going to figure out why I can't figure this out and what I'm missing. Like, what am I missing here? There's something that I'm not answering the call." I invite you guys to watch this documentary called Finding Joe. It was free on YouTube for a long time. That's where I was told to go watch it, and it's like an hour and a half or something. It is worth every minute because everything is based on our mindset. And there's these it talks about the hero's journey, right? That's why I said all those struggles, I can say right now that, "Ooh, I wish I wouldn't have had to go through whatever it was." But now I understand that was totally part of my journey. I had to have that struggle to learn something. So when I had my baby in the sling and I'm holding her two sons. I'm holding his bottle with my chin and I'm typing. And then I ended up just like after a year of that, just saying like I can't and just falling on the ground like completely exhausted, tired. What was that teaching me? In the moment, I was just like, it ain't teaching me nothing except how to be completely exhausted to the point where like I'm all done. But now I can look back and say, wow, I mean, did I come out the other end of that? Am I here? Yeah. It taught me that I can get through those things. It taught me that I'm stronger than I think I am. I'm stronger than I thought I was. It taught me all of that. It gave me another perspective of myself, going from, you know what? I'm just not worth success. I'm not cut out for it. I just can't do what they're doing. It took me from that mindset to you absolutely can do it. If they can do it, you can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. This program is so much more than digital marketing. When I say it checks all the boxes for me, it provides me a way to bring in meaningful income from home. It provides coaching and support and a community of like minded people. Do you know how huge it is to surround yourself with people that are going to elevate you instead of bring you down? That's a hard one. Ooh, that one's tough, but it's so true. If you surround yourself with people that want to lift you up and support you and cheer you on, it's a game changer. Not only cheer you on, but say, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. It has all of the education so that I understand how everything works, because the practical side of it was me trying to figure out how do I have a something, whatever it is, online in the online space that people purchase or that I can help with and that I can make an income and a living and that it means something. Because for me, that's been the non negotiable. I'm like, whatever I end up doing, I want it to mean something. I don't want to just do something that's like, I already did that. When I was typing, I'm just a number in some company floating around in virtual space. I never even met any of these people in person. I never met the company in person. Like it was all either, over the phone or emails or whatever. And so when I had an issue and I'm like, "Hey, when they wouldn't let me take my time off, when I'm holding my baby and my chin holding the baby bottle, I'm doing this, they don't see me as that. They see me as employee number 856724. To be part of a community of support, mentorship, cheerleaders, right? People that cheer you on and just be like, "You can do this. Get out of your own way because you're amazing. You were built how you're built for a reason. We're not supposed to be the same people. We were not created to be the same people." So this is an opportunity to really be encouraged to be you. Be yourself. And I loved that. I just did. I can't tell you the exact moment of making that connection with this community because I have been a part of a lot of things. Like I just said, I've tried over 10 years of stuff, mostly trying to be free, doing stuff for free online. Do you know the moment it changed? I'm going to just share this with you for my journey. Do you know the moment it changed? When I decided to invest in me. And I'm not even talking about this specific program. I'm saying in general, okay? I decided one day I am going to get a coach, a life coach. I'm going to work with a life coach. And trust me when I say it's not $2, okay? I decided I was going to commit to 6 months of like, let's do this. Let's figure it out because I know there's something more for me in this life. I was not put here to sit and type my fingers off. I was getting in my own way. I knew that. But I also hit that moment where I said, that's it. Just being honest, I said in my head, that's it. I'm sick of myself, feeling sorry for myself. I'm all done. And whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the investment. Do you know that that was step number 1 to a transformation that's still happening? But anybody that knows me has known me, has seen the shift. And it all started by making an investment in me and saying, I'm worth this. Happiness, success, abundance, it's not just for everyone else, it's for me too. That's when it all changed. If you put that out there, if you start telling yourself that you are worth it, I always say, okay, here's the easiest way you can start doing this. Every single morning when you wake up and you walk by that mirror, because everybody walks by a mirror at least once in a day, you give yourself a high five. Go me. Go you. I got this. Whatever it is, your day. First thing. I promise if you do that every day, you're going to feel a shift. You should high five yourself because you're doing an amazing job. Whatever you're doing the best you can. And that's awesome. That means you care. That means that you take pride in something because you wouldn't work that hard if you didn't. This is me presenting an opportunity. It's not for everyone. I'm not here to appeal to the masses. I realize that. But if it is for you, it can be life-changing. So before I get off here, I want to give you the website. If you want to just learn more, that part's free. You can do your own. I encourage you to do research. I always did. Because as much as I wanted to believe people, as much as I did, it took me a minute. It took me a minute. www.buildingwealthwithkatie.com. Wonder if I can type it in there. Can I type in my chats? See, I'm still kind of new to this. I've been going live for a different reason on a different TikTok, but let me see. I'm on YouTube live too. I just want to see buildingwealthwithkatie.com. Okay. I don't know if I can do that here. And that might be something I just have to figure out at a later date. Ooh, it says comment. Can I try it? Let me just try. My finger's right in front of my other camera. This is so fun. You guys, I love this. As nervous as I was to go live, to do this, or to put myself out there, it's so rewarding once you do it because I've met so many amazing people. Building Wealth with Katie. Hold on. Let me see if this works. Ooh, it works. I don't know if it's probably not clickable, but I still got to get to 1,000 followers to get a clickable link in my bio, but you can go to that website. Okay, now here's what's going to happen, because this is about me being, this is, I'm being transparent here because this is how it works. If you go to buildingwealthwithkatie.com, you put in your email address, you're going to get emails from me. Okay, you're going to get one pretty much right away. You can reply to any email that you get from me, and it's going to come to me directly. I can answer any questions you have. And I promise, ask me anything. I am going to tell you the truth about this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because that's not helpful. What does that do? It's just like, yay. I'm not going to throw fluff at you. I'm going to tell you how it is. So go to the website, put in your email, and you're going to get an email from me. Now, I also want to say we have a free webinar happening on Friday. I absolutely, I will say that is what gave me the full understanding enough to say yes, even though I was ready to make an investment in me, but it just gave me that little bit more of, I need to hear more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just needed to hear a little bit more. The webinars, I'll be honest and say this too, they usually max out 1,000 people in there. I mean, they usually max out. So if you want in, get in there and register so you can hear all about this opportunity. And the webinar will be put on by our mentor, a millionaire mentor, who created the Legacy Builder program. That's this program I'm talking about. She's going to give you the rundown. I keep burping. Sorry, that's kind of bad. These are the things that happen when you're live. So there you have it. I want to thank all of you, every single person that joined. This is real. This has been my first live on TikTok talking about this. I've been on YouTube a couple times, I think. But it's an honor, truthfully. I do not take this lightly. And if you have any questions, like I said, reply to any of those emails that you get, and I'll respond. It's not going to be a bot or anything else. Like, you're going to be talking to me. Okay? So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Belle, hello. I'm just getting ready to jump off, but yes, the community, I have to say, I've been a part of a lot of different communities, and I don't have anything bad to say. I'm being totally transparent and honest about all of this. Like, there is so much support, and there's so many resources and information. Like, it's just been amazing. I really can't say enough good about it. So, okay. Buildingwealthwithkatie.com. If you have questions, email me back. I am going to be trying to go live every day to connect with you guys and to hang out, and I'm loving this. As scary as it was to try to do it, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm showing up. Okay. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys. Hopefully you get in the webinar on Friday. If not, I'll see you soon. Take care.